Hi, I'm Dale Mason. I'm a CPA and I specialize in international organization employee taxation. That is, I have over 13 years of experience working with employees of international organizations such as those from the World Bank, the IMF, the Inter-American Development Bank, and the United Nations. In this video, I'm going to discuss two topics: the advance of the recovery rebate and the new 2019 tax filing due dates. Now let's talk about the recovery rebate credit. Are you eligible, and if so, how much will you receive? If you filed your income tax return as a tax resident in 2018 or 2019 on the IRS Form 1040, you should be eligible for this rebate. As I'll discuss shortly, the law does state that non-resident aliens will not be eligible for these rebates. The IRS will issue monetary advances of recovery rebate credits for the tax year 2020. These advances will be paid by the IRS in the form of either a direct deposit to your bank account or a physical check will be mailed to you. Single individuals with an adjusted gross income of up to $75,000 are eligible for a $1,200 rebate payment. Married couples, on the other hand, filing a joint tax return with an adjusted gross income of up to $150,000 are eligible for the full $2,400 rebate. The rebate amount is completely phased out for single filers with incomes exceeding $99,000 and for married taxpayers filing jointly at $198,000. In addition, resident taxpayers are eligible for an additional $500 advance to the rebate per qualifying child. That is generally children under the age of 17. Provided that the qualifying child has a U.S. Social Security number and was claimed as a dependent on your tax return. So how does the IRS determine the amount of the rebate advance? To determine the amount of these payments, the IRS will first look to a taxpayer's 2019 adjusted gross income. But if the individual's 2019 tax return has not been filed yet, they will assess whether or not the taxpayer qualifies for the advance by reviewing the taxpayer's 2018 adjusted gross income. Therefore, I strongly encourage you to file your 2019 income tax return as soon as possible if your 2019 income qualifies you for the advance rebate, but your 2018 tax return does not. The good news is that these advances will not be considered taxable income in 2020 or in any other tax year. As I stated above, the rebate is not available to any individual who is a non-resident alien. That is, if you're a G4 visa holder and you work on a full-time basis for an international organization, you will not qualify for the rebate because you'll be a non-resident. Also, if you are a G4 dependent visa holder married to a G4 primary visa holder, you also will not be entitled to the rebate. However, if a G4 visa holder elects under Section 6013G to file a joint income tax return with a U.S. citizen, green card holder, or other U.S. tax resident spouse, the G4 visa holder will be considered a tax resident of the United States, and in this case, the G4 visa holder will be eligible for the rebate. Take a look at my video on the 6013G election if you want to know more. And now, on to the second topic for today, the 2019 income tax return due dates, tax forms 1040, tax form 1040NR, and other federal income tax returns that were initially due on April 15th, 2020 are now due July 15th, 2020. You do not have to file an extension in order to obtain this automatic postponement of your income tax return. This postponement also applies to any tax payments that were due. In addition, there is no limitation on the amount of tax that may be postponed to July 15th. If you need an additional extension beyond July 15, 2020, you should file Form 4868 before July 15, 2020. This will extend your federal tax filing date to October 15, 2020. But your tax payment due must be filed with this extension, or the payment must be paid on or before July 15th. Federal quarterly estimated tax payments that may have been due April 15, 2020 for calendar year 2020 are also postponed until July 15, 2020. The postponement to July 15th also applies to contributions for the 2019 tax year to individual retirement accounts and health savings accounts. Most, if not all, the states have also decided to delay the requirement to file and pay tax. In the DC metropolitan area, for example, in the District of Columbia, they have decided to extend the 2019 tax filing date and tax payment due date to July 15, 2020. However, the first quarter 2020 estimated tax payments are still due on April 15, 2020. In Maryland, 2019 income tax returns, first quarter 2020 estimated tax payments, and 2019 tax payment dates are all postponed until July 15, 2020. In Virginia, 2019 income tax returns, tax payments, and first quarter 2020 estimated payments are extended only until June 1st, but interest accrues beginning May 1st, so you may want to pay your taxes and file your Virginia tax returns before May 1st, 2020. Thank you very much for listening. I'm Dale Mason.